Good day, good people. It's AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos from your boy. Now, your boy just got back from training with his son for the 1,242nd time. Yes. That's why my forehead is glistening because, of course, I was running up and down the gym with him. We had to do our 5-minute drill, which consists of 5 minutes of push-ups and resistant band work. Second workout of the day for me, but comes with the territory if you want to make sure that you are leading by example and also making sure that you are setting up your children for success, whether it's in that classroom, on that court, or on that field. You have to make sure that they have an image to look at when you are giving them information, insight. You're motivating them, because I'm not one of those parents that just sit here and just have conversations with my child. No, I'm in the gym with my son. I'm doing the routines with him, the exercising, the training, and the result of that is when you know that your child is seeing what you are doing as far as turning those words into action, it registers in a different way than just sitting here, sitting down at the table talking to them about what they need to be doing when you can't even do that shit your damn self. So yes, the biggest thing, guys, is you got to make sure that you are leading by example. Don't just talk about it, you have to be about it, especially in 2026. So many people are out here running their mouth, saying a whole bunch of shit that they're not willing to do if the reality of the situation actually happened in their lives. That's why we have this thing called keyboard warriors, because everybody has an opinion, but they're not willing to actually back it up. See, me, I'm one of those guys that lives every single word that I talk about. And I enjoy that. And this is why I can put out this type of content on a regular basis. I'm not just one of these people who are, portraying an image that I don't live. No, this is a single father in a single father's perspective, a lifestyle, and it gives people out there insight on how a single father lives, the mindset of a single father, because nobody talks about the actual reality of the things that we have to deal with. It's not easy. It's very tough because you are the only one that your child is looking up to, okay? You are the primary caregiver. You as the man, you have to deal with all of the stigma, especially being a black man like myself, that comes with that, because we know we have this stigma about being deadbeats and we're not around for our children. No, we change that perspective by actually doing the work. We change that perspective by making sure that we're consistent with it. We live by our words are action, and that's just what we are going to do. That's why I love creating so much content around my life, guys. And when you are real and you are in tune with who you are and you don't care about what other people think or what they say, and you are going to live by your own code and not give a damn about, following everybody else and doing what everybody else is doing, you stand out even more. So many people are trying to blend in, and me, I don't give a damn about that. I haven't given a damn about blending in since elementary school. I already knew that I was different and my mindset was different. The way that, my thoughts work is completely different than the average person. So it is what it is. That's why you always got to make sure that you are comfortable in your skin, be your authentic self. That way you won't have to be exposed by anything because you putting yourself out there. You should be the same person inside of your house, outside of your house. But a lot of people can't do that because they're living a lie. They are portraying an image that they truly don't live, okay? So just make sure you just be yourself at the end of the day, all right? Well, that was my freestyle thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but you already know what we're here for, right? We are here for the richest man who ever lived, King Solomon's secrets to success, wealth, and happiness. And we are still on chapter 16. Yes, we are. I lost my place in my book, y'all. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me get my life together. Oh, there we go. I had this thing upside down. I need to label the top of it. But anyways, all right, yes, this is part 3, titled Partnering with the Ultimate Mentor. Now, last week, I completed the reward Solomon discussed in the book of Proverbs, a safe place to hide and rest, the avoidance of deadly traps, satisfaction and fulfillment, riches, honor, and life, and then prolonged life. Now we are going to talk about the consequences of not having a trust-based relationship with God. Now, you won't do yourself any favors if you assume that ignorance is bliss and remain unaware of Solomon's wisdom. Not knowing the ultimate truth about the things that are most important can result in tremendous losses. Solomon lists a number of specific consequences that overcome those who go through life without a personal trust-based relationship with God. Here are just 4 of them. Now, the first one we're going to discuss is a life characterized by foolishness. No matter how brilliant a person may be, if he misses out on the most important aspects of life, how wise can he be? If he enjoys a lifetime of success and wealth, but in the end experiences an eternity of despair and torment, how wise can he be? In Proverbs 1:7, Solomon writes, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction." That is, they despise wisdom and instruction as it relates to that which matters most, mainly pleasing God. Now, people get college debt, student loans, they get these degrees, they get these high-paying jobs so they can have the resources to live whatever lifestyle that they want to live, right? They go through life with their own trials and tribulations, their ups and downs, their wins and their losses. And some people get to a point to where they finally reach financial success. They can buy and do whatever they want. But what does any of that matter if when you die, you're going straight to hell? Does it really? When it does not take money, just time to develop a trust-based relationship with God. When you fear God, holding him in the highest honor, regard, being the God of the universe and respecting that. It's so crazy that we will put all of our time and our attention into things that truly are not going to matter when it's all said and done, because we can buy all of these materialistic things and we're going to die. We can't take it with us. Okay. So why not be able to do both? Why not be successful, buy the things that you want, and also make sure that you take time to develop a relationship with God? You can do multiple things. As a parent, we know we have to do multiple things. We got to make money. We have to make sure that we are being the best parents, active parents, involved parents as possible. We have to have our own personal life, right? And if you're in a relationship like I am, you have to also have time for your relationship. So if we can wear all of these multiple hats, we can definitely find time to develop a relationship with God. All right. Now, moving on, getting into trouble. In Proverbs 28:14, Solomon says, "Blessed is the man who always fears the Lord, but he who hardens his heart falls into trouble." This proverb reveals 2 incredible truths. First, it makes it clear that hardening your heart is the opposite of fearing the Lord, meaning that people who resist, ignore, and fight their conscience, drawing them towards a personal relationship with God. This is what caused Solomon to fall into trouble. His arrogance began to suppress and supplant his fear of the Lord and his trust-based relationship with God. So this is basically like a parent-child relationship, right? Our parents used to tell us certain things, instill certain morals and principles within us. And at the end of the day, it was our decision to continue to utilize and represent our family, our tradition, the way that it's supposed to be, right? Sometimes our parents tell us to do certain things and we either do it or we become defiant and ignore it. And what ends up happening when we ignore the advice our parents gives us? Negative, bad things, right? You end up getting disciplined. I know I used to get grounded, get my ass whooped for not doing what I was supposed to do or what I was told. And the same thing is going to happen to all of us if we do not have this trust-based relationship with God, if we do not fear God, right? So it is very important to understand when we do not listen to good information, if we do not have this relationship with God, only bad things is going to happen. You might be up for your season, but you got to realize sooner or later, your downfall is going to happen. All right. Now, a shortened life. In a day where society focuses on ways to extend life, Solomon tells us that failing to fear the Lord will shorten one's life. In Proverbs 10:27, he says, "The fear of the Lord prolongs days, but the years of the wicked will be shortened." Trouble creates stress, and medical science has proven that stress shortens a person's life. That's a fact. It increases the rate of heart disease, cancer, and other life-threatening conditions. Typically, the lower a person's ethics, the more likely it is that he will live a lifestyle that includes significant heart risks. Now, life is short as it is. So why would you want to expedite that? Why would you want to put yourself in a situation that's going to go against not only your health, right, physically, but also your spiritual health? I have been in those type of situations, guys. When I was married, it was the most stressful thing ever. The worst experience I have ever experienced relationship-wise. I lost my hair. I started having health issues. And as soon as I got rid of that woman, guess what happened? You see, I got hair now, right? I am in the best shape of my life. I do not have high blood pressure. I don't need any type of medicine to make sure that I stay alive. And that's the same thing, guys, when you develop that relationship with God when you didn't have it. You'll realize that life absolutely sucked when you did not develop or have that trust-based relationship with God. And when you start having that trust-based relationship with God, guess what? You start having that physical health come back to you. It'll reinvigorate your whole body. You'll feel like a brand new person, no matter how old you get. I'm 41, right? And I still feel young and I feel youthful. Hell, I still look youthful, even with all of these grays. But the reason why is because everything is aligned. Not 100%, but the majority, I would even say 98% is aligned. Why? Because as soon as I really hit rock bottom in my life, what did I do? Turn right back to the book. I started reading, redeveloping that relationship with God. It's never really left, but I really started doing a deep dive and getting a better understanding, because sometimes you might need, bad things to happen in your life in order to turn back to God. Okay. So you got to make sure, if you want to live a long, life, and you want to be around for your kids, your family, and you want to make sure that all of your affairs are in order, so when you do die, you can die in peace, you got to make sure you develop that trust-based relationship with God. All right. And then the last one is this: loss of all benefits of fearing God. Now, one of the greatest consequences of not fearing God is losing the benefits that you would have otherwise enjoyed from a trust-based relationship with Him. For an example, you could go through life without understanding the true purpose of your life, and that is very dangerous for men, because a man without a purpose is destined for disaster. A man without a plan is destined for destruction. You have to make sure, guys, that you understand what your purpose is. You have to take time to figure out what your strong suit is. What are the gifts that God gave you? part of that is also making sure that you have that relationship with God as well, because he will speak to you. He will tell you what your purpose is, but he will not be able to tell you that unless you talk to him, unless you have that relationship with him. Okay. So you always got to make sure that you find your purpose, and as soon as possible. Now, no secure place to hide and rest. You become susceptible to life's traps that lead to death. You will go through life without a shield of protection from evil people. You will live life without the confidence that comes from knowing you are doing what is right and best, without confidence that your path are being made level and straight by God of the universe. And that's where I stop right there, guys. And we're going to get back to it next week. I hope I gave you guys insight, because developing a trust-based relationship with God is super important. I'm telling you now, you might be at your, least, you're down, your season of just suffering. But I'm telling you, you will see the light eventually, but you got to make sure that you start reading the word. You watch this content, because it will help you. It will give you a better understanding of what it is to develop a trust-based relationship with God, the pros of having a trust-based relationship with God, and also the consequences for not having a trust-based relationship with God. Listen, you could try to sit here and say, well, I understand doing the right thing and I know right from wrong, but how can you truly know right from wrong if, one, you don't have an example, right? And God is really the only example of what the difference is between right and wrong, because he gave us certain boundaries. He gave us certain things like commandments for us to follow. And without those, how will we truly know what the difference of right and wrong is? We wouldn't, okay? We wouldn't have a moral compass or anything of that nature. So you got to make sure, man, before you take your last breath, that you develop that trust-based relationship with God. But I'll see y'all guys next week. I still got a clip, edit this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Feel like they trying to box me in, so I keep a small circle around me, so fuck friends. I kept it real.